Yeah, the lake is. It's very pretty up here. Oh, hey, Locker Nuts. We didn't see you there. All right, so hey, we're going to wrap up the most dangerous locker ever video series. This is part 3. We're going to wrap it up, but also we're going to wrap up the big West versus East collaboration event. You're going to see how everything came together, and ultimately, maybe you'll even see who won.
Yeah. So before you do that, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do and like. Thanks.
Alright guys, so I'm back at the unit. It's Wednesday. I've been putting this off because I'm not really looking forward to it because of this kind of stuff right here. I'm going to have to make a box. I feel the responsibility to go through everything very carefully, make sure that any needles or anything else that's hazardous does not get pulled out to the flea market, because I don't want anyone going through the boxes out there and accidentally sticking themselves. So that means it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while, but you can see I've been here a little while. I've got about a quarter of it out. Not too much on my truck. I'm going to load up a dump run first because most of this really is trash. So I try to lighten the load before I go to the flea market. That way it'll be a little bit more manageable, but it's just a lot more work this way. But it is what it is. I bought the thing, so now I pay the price. All right, now it's time to go through that bag that I peeked at yesterday. So this one, I did not like what I saw in here. Ooh, moldy stuff right there. Gross. That's gross. Garbage. 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 Aluminum foil. A lot of garbage. This may actually be a garbage bag. Garbage. This is what I saw right here, that made me pause. That right there. See that? I do not like the way that looks. This is broken glass. This is a bad box. What is that? Oh, that's for some sort of a tablet. It's a screen. Huh. I'll bring that out to the flea market, but that's probably not going to ship. I mean, that probably is not going to sell very easy. Oh yeah, it's a touch screen. You know what, maybe I'll put that aside because I might be able to look that up. That might be worth a few bucks. I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, how can I like say that if it works or not? Well, I guess it's brand new. Paperwork. Wow, that's a humongous Band-Aid. Like, who uses Band-Aids that big? I don't know. Like when you have bed sores, probably. What is that? Scared to reach in here. I see a little Matchbox car or something in there, but I just don't want to go in there. It's not worth it. What is that? The Gold Book. This is trash. Okay. Well, I'm not going to really go through much more of this. So it looks like that was just a plastic garbage can that he had used, maybe to drop his medical stuff in here, or maybe this is something they gave him that he just then used for regular trash. I don't know. I'm a little bit relieved. That's never something you want to see when you open up a garbage bag and reach your hands in there. Scary stuff, but in this case it was nothing. So there's plenty of other stuff in here to be scared of. Being said, this is called the most dangerous locker ever. I thought it was so appropriate that I found this poster inside. Check that out. This is a great shot. I used to have this, actually a framed version of this up on my wall when I was in my 20s. I think my dad now has that picture in his home. Great picture. Look at the imagery on this. Can you imagine that as a job and being so bold as to just be out there? I think this is New York. I'm not positive, but yeah, talk about a dangerous job. Oh boy. All right, finally getting to the back corner. There's a bunch of garbage bags here. Cleared it out, found this little gem. It's got the plastic still on it, but the plastic's a little bit torn, but does not look like it's ever been opened. And these are sold prices on eBay for about 70 bucks. So that's a decent find. Here's the load for the dump. Got stuff back there. Just this huge load here. And then here is the load for the flea market. A lot of stuff still. Dang. Okay, so it's important to dispose of these needles properly. I looked it up, and I'm outside the fire department by my house, and they have a drop box here for sharps, and this is how you're supposed to dispose of it. You can see right here, deposit sharps here. That's very important because we don't know what kind of contaminants or anything are on these needles, and if you put them in the garbage or drop them at the dump, there's still a chance that somebody could get poked with them and contract something. So I'm gonna take care of them proper and get rid of them here. All right, so glad to get rid of those needles the right way. Now on to what we sold. The backpack sold for 30 bucks. We listed on Facebook. It took only a couple days. That was nice. So the totals here, you'll see, we just overpaid for the locker. That's basically it, overpaid for the locker. So with the tax and that trailer full to the dump, which was 91 bucks, we got 691 bucks thereabouts in costs. The sales, we found the 52 bucks in the duffel bag. Thankfully for that. BART tickets, about 11 bucks. Hey, that's money. High-tech backpack, 30 bucks. And then at the flea market, we sold 462, and that was after the cost of the booth and after the cost of yet another dump trip to get rid of the rest of what didn't sell. 555 is the sales. The profit's still negative 136 bucks, which is a negative 20% ROI, return on investment, booth. But that's all right because you know what? We still have a lot of items left. They're all big ticket, such as these sand tires for ATVs. I've listed them for 100 bucks and new they're about 500. So hopefully I find the right buyer on that. That antique scale, pretty nice piece, rough shape. I'm estimating we'll get about 50 bucks on that. I need to list it. The dentures, those choppers, we're going to list on eBay for 50 bucks. I just got to do it. But those should sell. The air tool kit, now that I did list already, $49.99. I priced it low to try to sell it quick. The oil painting, this we're going to take a little bit of time on, maybe have someone look at it, because there might be value here, who knows, right? I'm hoping, I'm praying that there's something here that will make this a win for us. The water pump, I'm estimating maybe 50 bucks. I think it's about 100 bucks, but without testing it properly or anything, we'll ask 50 on it. And the bikes. So the guy's a self-confessed thief, and the bikes, what are we going to do on that? Are they stolen? Are they not? We might need to sell them a little bit cheaper just to make them go away. Hope they're not stolen, but there is some value here. We have quite a few frames. I'm told that they're decent and a lot of parts. So I don't know. This is probably just going to go away at the next garage sale. But you know what? It's not all about value. Sometimes we find other items which are also maybe invaluable, like this one. Take a look. I found something in the locker for Midget Man, of all people. So,
We brought a gift.
yeah. Size?
Isn't
Isn't everything.
So you can think of us West Coasters. Size isn't everything.
That's true.
It's a souvenir you take home from the competition. What do you
We
think?
just need to get that right there. Now, this is typically used for a dog, but this is it's amazing for Midget Man.
That was so thoughtful and
there we
sweet.
go.
I can't speak for how clean it is. The locker's pretty dirty.
Dude, you guys are downright nuts. That's awesome.
It's a perfect size, isn't everything? Oh, it's really his color. Compliments.
Are you gonna let your son walk around with that lie on his shirt?
Hey, we're live here from Pinecrest, wrapping up our collaboration weekend video.
Yeah, so there I showed you what we sold and what we have still left to sell. And I know you guys like seeing that stuff, but really I just wanted to make mention that this was an especially difficult locker story to tell, because we went from such a happy place, which was the collaboration and making friends with these YouTubers that came to town to be a part of it. But it turned dark obviously very quickly, because we bought a terrible story, somebody in a terrible place, and this locker was not enjoyable to go through. We still try to have fun with it.
Many times when we buy lockers, you know, we really get to understand people's journey, and usually it includes drugs or alcohol or addictions, and that side of it isn't always a fun side to tell, but we always feel it's important to share with everyone that what we come across, and it brings knowledge, and that's a good thing, because if you get talking about these kinds of subjects, it helps bring light, and hopefully people that are struggling with this, like there are so many that struggle with drug addiction, they can reach out and get help. And there are so many people that really relate to this story.
Yeah, we hear all the glorification through our celebrities in the mainstream media, but this is really the side of drug addiction that really is not talked about, but I'm sure everybody knows somebody. If you haven't had it firsthand, you know somebody that has, and there are some terrible struggles that happen. And we thought it would be important to share it with you. We didn't want to not show that part of it, but we do. I do feel like it is resonating with our viewers, with you guys, because we have had some comments that we've been reading through, and it really is moving to us to read some of the stories that you're sharing. And so we just wanted to read a couple of those. You can read the comments for yourself, but we wanted to share a couple of those stories with you.
Yeah, first I just want to say thank you so much for opening up and sharing, because I'm just so touched when people take the time to just write how they're feeling. One of our subscribers wrote, her name is Sharon, and she said, watching you guys go through this locker reminds me of what my son went through. And thank God he didn't use needles and got help before he was too far down. I bailed him out so many times, and I finally had to stop. When he realized he lost everything, even his kids, his pictures, everything that was in his unit. That's what it took for him to get clean. And he's been clean for 4 years now. Woohoo! And she just shared, thanks for the videos, keep them coming. And then Pamela shared that she too has been through this, and that it's really sad. Her only grandbaby that she had didn't get to see her dad much, and it just was so hurtful for her to see him go through this. And she herself hadn't gone she hadn't seen him much, and she basically just said she could share so many stories about dope and what it makes our kids do for dope. And a third person, Rosetta, this one was really sad, and she said that she understood that her daughter was doing drugs, and she tried so hard herself to try to stay off them, but she kept going into rehab lots of times for help. And ultimately her daughter passed away 2 weeks before her 38th birthday. And she didn't want to die. She loved her life, but the drugs just had such a stronghold on her that she left behind 5 kids. So she was sharing how she raises 2 of them, and she just said, God bless these young people for trying to find help. And then she shared, I hope all the drug dealers sell to a cop or someone undercover. But yeah, so me being a mom of 5 kids, it's hard to hear these stories, but it's great that they share, because it's a great way for them to get, therapy through it too. So.
So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video.
Sorry.
I made her read these because I knew I'd get choked up if I read it. So, yeah, this is a tough video to go through, tough locker to go through, tough video to tell the story, but we did it. And but I don't want that to take away from the collaboration, because the collaboration was really
awesome.
An awesome experience. So much joy, so much fun. Met some really terrific people that we feel like we really bonded and have some close friends out of it, which was almost unexpected, just how much came out of such a short period of time. So I hope you guys liked it. And I know a lot of you are asking, so how'd the contest end, right? And we've got 3, we had to come up with 3 items that we selected to be what we entered into the contest, and here's those items. The first one is the Silhouette Cameo, that laser cutter machine. So we're looking at probably about $200 value there. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell that, but that looks like that's what it's worth.
The second item was the Fisher frame. and we priced that out at $250. That's about half of the retail price, so that's basically, we're pretty conservative with our numbers on that.
And the red line, we were told $500.
Yeah.
We don't know if that's right or not, but we put $225 again, hopefully being a little conservative. Of course, it's going to matter if any of these bikes come up stolen or not. If we check, and you know, quite frankly, I don't know if we're going to be sitting on them all that long, if we'll get the full value out, but that's what the value should be on them. So where did we wind up in the competition? Did we win, or did the East Coast win? Well, I don't think it really even matters because of how this tournament or contest came out. It wasn't even about winning or losing in the end because we found that opportunity to help that family.
Yeah.
But just in closing, if you guys want to make up your own minds of who won or lost, we did get a little clip in here of them, the East Coast guys, just about ready to leave town. We're going to show you that, and you can see for yourselves.
Enjoy. Subscribe, like.
We don't want to come back anyway. Bye, guys.
That's right, East
Thanks for visiting.
This is what gloating looks like.